we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Chase Young, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to get the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough. There are a few other factors that they have to look at to try and help out, but you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a 1st down. On play action, they'll throw. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Travis Kelce there to make the grab. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury. And it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. And he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Taken in the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
At their own 25.
Tua Tagovailoa in the offense heading back out. And how does he rally the troops, so to speak? He's played well, but they're down big on the scoreboard. How does he get his guys going?
To make sure they understand it's not a me game, it's a team game. Everyone has to come together. Everyone has to up the level of play a little bit, including himself, and find a way to make some plays in order to give them a little bit of a spark and rally the team.
We'll see if they can indeed rally. Touchdown, Houston. Darrell Henderson, 68 yards. And the Texans cut into that lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
That'll be taken about a yard deep, and no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
There's DJ Moore as he and the rest of the offense head back out there. He might be on his way to a record-setting performance. So good here. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And it's so interesting when we watch these types of days unfold for a receiver, because they need a quarterback to run it accurately, people to block for the quarterback, so many other variables. But boy, he's getting it done, and in a big way. Right now, he wants to rock on every snap.
Yeah, he's counting his yards in the hundreds, not the tens. His throw caught right around the 6. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. DJ Moore, 35 yards. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of
a hit, and the ball is out. It's picked up by the Titans, and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race.
What part do they went empty set there? No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know the quarterback football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
He was trying to go back to Moore there. And it's second down.
Second and 10.
Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. DJ Moore there to make the grab. And this Titans offense continues to pour it on. And that, boys and girls, is an NFL record. 6th touchdown reception. The record has stood since 1950. What a game.
How about that? Because so many things have to go right in order for it to happen. Not just him catching the passes. Someone delivering it accurately. Offensive line giving them time to throw the ball. A true team record, but he stands above it because he was on the receiving end of so many great plays.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Tua Tagovailoa in the offense heading back out. You know, normally he's probably pretty happy with his performance at this point. He's played pretty well. But under pressure, they got him again. Chase Young able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Intended for Mo Ali.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. DJ Moore, 68 yards. And this offense continues to pour it on. I don't even know what to say anymore. I mean, I've lost track of how many times he's been in the end zone. This is just flat unbelievable.
Doesn't matter whether you have an abacus, a calculator, just old-fashioned pencil and paper trying to total it up. The number is staggering. What a performance. This man knows how to find the end zone and make it count.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded in the end zone, and he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Tua Tagovailoa in the offense heading back out. You know, normally he's probably happy with how he's playing. He's playing pretty well, but in the second quarter, you look up your team's losing. I don't think any quarterback's satisfied.
Not at all, and what they're really seeking is how do I...
And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Kenneth Murray, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now a man open down the middle of the field. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Looking to pass. Tua. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
Taken from just outside the 30. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. There's DJ Moore as he and the rest of the offense head back out there. He's the star wide receiver, and he's doing his thing so far here into the second quarter.
And how you get distinguished as a star is each and every week performing to a high level no matter what they throw at you, because you're always wanting to take him out of the game if you're a defensive team. How do you press him, double him, triple him, all those things? But the best players show up each and every week. Solid games and some spectacular ones.
And he has showed up time and got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. DJ Moore there to make the grab. And this Titan offense is running away with this one.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Taken in the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Tua Tagovailoa in the offense heading back out. He's doing his job, but the bottom line, they're losing. They've got a deficit to make up here, and he knows it.
And quarterbacks who last in this league learn that lesson.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Second down.
Now Tua. And this one complete to Will Fuller. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Setting to throw on first down is Tua. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Tua sets up to pass it. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. There he goes left side. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Marquez Valdez-Scantling as the first half is winding down. And the Texans claw one back.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in a second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Out come the Titans now. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. He was trying to go back to Moore there, but now it'll be 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
They'll throw now on the final play. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. So we've reached half. We now proceed to the start of the second half.
Titans 65, Texans 28.
The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. Fielded in the end zone. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. The sack there by Roquan Smith.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And Cooks hands it over the middle. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9". Hey, watch the slant. Mike, check, 59.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted with a pick. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And this is caught at the 8. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Rico Gafford with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the interception by the Titans D leads to a touchdown. Lutz good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
28.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Texans getting set here to take over again on offense. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need in. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Kenneth Murray, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7. Staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Tua going to throw, and he's going to go down again. Kenneth Murray make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Titans offense set to begin the drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score...
And that's caught inside the 30. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one goes for 30 yards. Back to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Bradley Roby on the coverage defensively.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Roquan Smith able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. The job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
And the Texans first down.
2 and now on first down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Incomplete. He was covered by Denzel Ward.
Here's Tua. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
It's 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 23.
There's DJ Moore as he and the rest of the offense head back out there. A monster game so far, 3rd quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guys open, putting it in the right spot. How about some credit for the receivers, though, who find ways to get open, whether they uncover late in a route or they get open early, but they just always find a way. And he's having that type of a game.
Yeah, he's been nearly impossible to cover. And they move this all the way down to the 9. It's a gain of 35. Steps away to his left. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Rico Gafford, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Out to his left. This pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. That's caught at the 1. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal. A great open field tackle that's going to stop him shy of the goal line. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this Texans defense comes up with a goal line stand. A carry by Henderson to start the drive. And he'll get him a little space here up to the 5-yard line.
He's brought down by...
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
On the pickup. 2nd and...
They run once more with Henderson. Right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
And it brings up 3rd down.
Near his goal line, here's Tua. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Kenneth Murray in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
So here are the Titans to take over on offense. They were victorious a week ago over Philadelphia. They lead here as well as they start out 1st and 10. Buying time to his left. Now he'll square up, and this is caught inside the 15. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And it's caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Travis Kelce, a beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And this offense is running away with this one.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy two-play drive that time. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Houston set to take over. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to a hit, and the ball is out.
And that might be Titan football. It is.
Fumble on the play.
He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
Escaping the pressure right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Nick Chubb, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Rico Gafford there to make the grab. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Titans. Now the Titans leaving the offense out there. They'll go for 2.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Kenneth Murray in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Back now in Mexico City. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Derwin James on the coverage.
On third and long, it's Tagovailoa, and he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up fourth down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried.
Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Rico Gafford, 26 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on. Now the Titans leaving the offense out there. They'll go for 2. Here's Chubb to try to run it in. And he will not make it to the goal line as his try for two is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken in the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times.
To a hit, and the ball is out.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
On second down, Tua. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example. Nowhere to go. Here, he lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now fourth down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But two, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Out is Mexico City now to go on offense. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the fourth quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on.
And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Rico Gafford, 49 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Well, they mentioned this week, Charles, they had a couple kinks on offense that they wanted to fix. I would say they're pretty well fixed.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, just about everything they've run has been successful in this run. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm done with this, right? I have no answers for anything. In fact, I'd probably send a note to the clock operator. Let it run.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And here comes the Texans now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A little tough on the secondary there. In zone defensively, quarterback had time to survey and find a spot.
And if you want to change things up and put a little more pressure on him, you can go to man coverage. Everyone matches up and send more pressure. But you can also do it out of zone coverage if you're worried about what's going to happen on your back end. Send someone else, drop someone else out of the line. The old zone blitz could come into play to try and get that pressure on the quarterback.
Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
First down, Texans.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Kenneth Murray in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
It's second down.
From the gun, it's Tua, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
It's third down.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Kenneth Murray, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
That right now That's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, team put 70.
This is intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. Past the 20. And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD.
Blair Walsh.
Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick six for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick six in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Oh, my goodness. I thought he'd peel off. Instead, he makes the fair catch at the 2-yard line.
First down 10 at their own 2-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. And this one complete to Gafford. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 18 more yards there and another first down. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 43. He's going to fire one deep left. This is caught inside the 15. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Give him 32 on the play. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Corey Davis, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And this Titans offense continues to pour it on. I'm not sure what other ground there is to cover here. I mean, this offense has been amazing. Just total domination, Charles.
They've clicked so well, and if you really focus in on the offensive line, they've protected well when they wanted to throw the ball. They've moved people off the line of scrimmage when they wanted to run it. Smiles all the way around. This offense has been really good in this one.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
10 yards.
If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually...
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Now this throw caught left side, and he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get your reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. On play action, they'll throw. And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving. I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9".
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed, I did, my good man.
That's a whole lot of points.
Oh, this is blocked. It's picked up a live ball here, remember. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
So even when they get a touchdown in this game, which hasn't really been a stellar contest for them, they can't even cap it off and kick the extra point.
Yeah, just not a whole lot going right for them in this game.
I know that when they get into film, this is going to be Exhibit A about how this game went for this team. Oh, we finally score. Can't even kick the extra point.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. That's into the hands of Gafford, complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. He got 29 yards that time. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Favorite target yet again. It's complete. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another big gain or 2 in succession as this one goes for 32. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this is caught at the end. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, they just continue to roll. And, Charles, for you and I, we want the close games, but for them, it has to be so nice to enjoy this big cushion.
I can't remember the last time this much fun. I think they'd love to be able to capture this, carry it with them from week to week, and be able to execute like this in all the rest of their games.
The effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of it.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
2nd down.
Come on out here, come get some. Come get some. Come out here, come get some. He don't want it.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked up by Denzel Ward. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. And
they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken in the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
And now out comes Houston. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there. First down.
First down.
Looking to pass. Tua. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
It's a
10 more there and another first down.
Texans first down.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. Mike, check. 59.
Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter @EA Madden NFL.